Most of you aren't subscribed. Make sure to check the subscribe button, as it helps out the channel. Without further ado, with the gods and goddesses gathering, we're introduced to the goddess of healing, Rista. Tasked with saving an S-rank world, the highest type of difficulty, Rista immediately searches for a hero. Accidentally stumbling onto a 1-in-a-million hero, Rista immediately summons him. Greeting Seiya Ryuguan, Rista notes how handsome the man is. Introducing herself, Seiya begins questioning his reason for being here. Informing Seiya about him being a hero, and how he's tasked with saving a world, she tells him to check his stats. Overly cautious, Seiya checks his stats, just for Rista to confirm that his base stats are through the roof. Immediately, Rista offers Seiya to enter the S-rank world, but Seiya disagrees. Instead he begins exercising and preparing for upcoming missions. With Rista chatting to a fellow goddess, Ariadoa, Arya mentions that she should probably check on Seiya, as he may need to be fed. Immediately rushing to Seiya's side, she feeds Seiya, only for him to return to training. A couple days passed, and Seiya is now ready to enter the world. Visiting a nearby village, Seiya is overly cautious of the king village folks. So cautious that Seiya is reluctant to reveal his name to a young girl. Entering an armor shop, Seiya purchases 3 sets of armor and 50 herbs, as a means to be overly cautious. Testing out his abilities, Razat tasks Seiya with slaying a slime. Using his most powerful strike, Seiya brings his sword down on the lowly slime. Just to make sure, Seiya ignites the area where the slime was. Just then, Rista and Seiya are greeted by one of the 4 heavenly kings of the Demon Lord's forces, Chaos Machina. Rista immediately sprints away, sensing Machina's overwhelming strength. Rista opening a portal back to the divine realm, Seiya immediately begins to train again. 2 days later, Rista is contacted through a magical orb by the demon. Threatening to slaughter the village, Rista rushes to Seiya asking him to come to their aid. Revealing that time flows 100 times slower in the divine realm, compared to the S-rank world, Seiya suits up now ready to fight. Greeting Machina, Seiya saves some of the villagers. With Machina going berserk, Seiya is able to evenly stand toe-to-toe with her blades. Just then Machina impales herself with her own blade, revealing her true demonic form. Rista attempts to determine if the best option is to flee, by checking Seiya's stats with the demons. Noticing Seiya is concealing his stats, Rista uses her all-seeing eyes to bypass his concealment. Rista is shocked to see Seiya has 10 times his original stats. That would mean that he is far stronger than Machina, but was also stronger than her even during their first encounter. With Machina not knowing this, she engages Seiya in battle. Enchanting his blade, Seiya easily cuts down Machina. As extra precaution, Seiya lights up Machina's corpse. With the villagers thanking the two, Rista and Seiya retreat to the divine realm to further train, before continuing their adventure. A couple days later, we see Arya and Rista chatting, only for Arya to offhandedly mention, out of all her adventures, Ira has only failed to save one of the 300 worlds she had been tasked with. The two are interrupted by Seiya, mentioning he's unable to increase his stats with simple bodyweight exercises. Arya comes to the rescue, offering to help Seiya train with a fellow god. Introducing Seiya to Circeus, the two immediately begin training. Only after a few days, Seiya is able to triple Circeus' combat abilities, but won't stop until he's 100 times stronger. Called by Ishtar, a highly respected and wise, taking Seiya to a nearby kingdom, Seiya demands to purchase some holy water, only to be enraged at the low stock. Entering a church, the two are greeted by 2 kids that have been assigned to party with the hero, the father of the church and a nun. Before the father can introduce himself, Seiya pours holy water on him, revealing him as an undead. Shocked at this, Rista questions how Seiya knew this, only for Seiya to mention that he was going to check everyone eventually. Cutting down the undead, it's revealed that an entire undead army is approaching the kingdom. Knowing this, Seiya disposes of the undead, along with the entire church. With the 2 kids, Mash, the boy, and Alulu, the girl, officially introducing themselves, Seiya pours holy water on the two along with the nun to check. Having heard the explosion, Several knights rush to the scene greeting the hero and goddess, offering to assist him with the attacks in front of the undead. Denying everyone's help, Mash and Alulu run off, as they're called useless by Seiya. Seiya sets off towards the undead army, whilst Rista sprouts wings of her own, attempting to catch up. Arriving at the scene, Rista is amazed at Seiya's abilities, as he casts a huge fireball, instantly incinerating the undead army. Heading to a nearby inn, the two are greeted by Alulu. Showing Rista his newly forged sword, Rista questions Seiya on what materials were used to craft such a slick sword. Seiya replies with her hair, as a goddess's hair is rare. Just then the three are interrupted by one of the Demon King's 4 leaders, taunting the hero and enacting his revenge, for taking out the undead army so quickly. Knowing that Mash is about to die, Seiyu demands Rista open a portal, jumping through immediately. Making use of the slower time, in the divine realm, the two seek out help from Ishtar. Portaling to the location, Seiya saves Mash, whilst also noticing that a flame creature is protecting the undead. Hearing that the flame undead is immortal, Rista realizes that Seiya will lose as he has a fire affinity as well, and will not be able to harm or outlast the creature. With the creature and Seiya engaging in battle, everyone is stunned, as Seiya encases the creature in ice. Having crafted ice bracelet, from Rista's hair, Seiya was able to wield an ice affinity against the flame creature. The scene ends with Seiya dispatching both the flame creature and the undead. With Mash apologizing for his brashness, Seiya agrees to add Mash and Alulu to his party. Before heading to their next mission, Seiya brings Mash and Alulu to the divine realm. Having Circeus train Mash, whilst Alulu is trained by Hestia, a goddess of flame mastery. Searching for his own training partner, Seiya runs into a powerful goddess, Valkyrie. Valkyrie becomes enraged, only for Arya and Rista to convince her to let Seiya off. Having found a partner for Seiya, Arya introduces Seiya to Adanella, a shabby locking goddess, that has instance mastery of the blade. After several days of training, Rista is satisfied with Mash and Alulu's training, but is also shocked to see Seiya learn Adanella's sword skills. Before they depart on their next mission, the whole gang is shocked to see Adanella convert into a gorgeous young lady. Confessing her love to Seiya, our protagonist coldly rejects Adanella, leaving through the gate before he can hear her response. Setting upon a mission of unlocking Mash's and Alulu's dragon form, the gang make their way to a gate that teleports them to the dragon village. Greeting the village leader, Mash is able to unlock his dragon form, with the leader's help. When it's Alulu's turn, the leader reveals that she'll be sacrificed to unlock a sword, to help Seiya slay the Demon King. The gang are invited to a feast before Alulu's sacrifice, in which the gang indulge in. Finally, Rista is the first one to object to Alulu being killed. With the gang attempting to back Rista up, a female dragon head reveals that she had poisoned the food, substantially weakening Rista and Mash. Revealed to have not eaten any of the food, Seiya equips a powerful blade, in which the female head transforms into her true form to stop him. Noticing Alulu being possessed by a cursed item, Seiya realizes he's low on time. Dual-wielding blades, Seiya kicks the female head into the sacrificial pit, in place of Alulu, which still creates a demon slayer blade. Surmising that the hero was able to obtain a sword from a sacrifice, the dragon village let the hero party go. Having heard of the hero party in the nearby vicinity, several knights request Seiya and gang assist with the extermination of a bug demon. Checking its stats, the bug creature has insane speed, but before the group greet the leader in charge of killing the creature, Rosalie. Sitting down to hear Rosalie's game plan, Seiya is disgusted at Rosalie for letting her troops die and relying entirely on the hero's arrival. Enraged, Rosalie charges at Seiya, only to be slapped out of her rage. Returning to the divine realm, Seiya is introduced to Medes, goddess of bow and arrow, and intends to learn to shoot magic arrows, at speeds that surpass the bug creature. Left alone, Adelina eventually finds out about Seiya's return and swears to punish him for rejecting her feelings, but upon meeting him again, she ends up falling for him all over again. With Seiya, having mastered Midas's bow skills, the gang return to the bug's nest, realizing that Rosalia has been taken captive, for overestimating her own abilities. Seiya sends Rista to save her, but the two are powerless against the creature. Finally, cleaning up the rest of the bugs, Rosalia informs Seiya of a powerful armor that can assist him in the future. Having traveled to the location of the armor, the gang is greeted by one of the 4 heavenly kings, Kilkapul, who has summoned a creature that has destroyed said powerful armor. Offering himself as a sacrifice, Kilkapul summons a ghost-like creature that has ever-changing stats. Unsure of what to do, the gang rush into the divine realm to stall. Shockingly, the ghost-like creature is able to enter the divine realm and easily defeat several gods and goddesses. With no other option, Seiya leads the creature to Valkyrie. Seeing the creature's immeasurable strength, Valkyrie is granted her full strength, casting a trapping ability and sentencing the ghost to Valhalla. In exchange for such a powerful ability, Valkyrie endures fatal damage. Seeing such a powerful final trump card, Seiya is able to convince Valkyrie to teach him such a spell. Returning to the S-rank world, the gang are alerted to the final heavenly king, Eraser Kaiser. Before Seiya is able to gauge the creature's strengths, an old man, Warmaster Wolk's Roseguard, Rosalie's father, steps up. Wielding a holy blade, he's able to kill the creature with one shot. The only issue is he's returned to a toddler upon use of such a powerful weapon, for a set period of time. Officially greeting the hero party, the Warmaster asks to speak to Rista privately. Complaining, the Warmaster informs Rista of a sword with the ability to kill gods and goddess not only in the human realm, but also in the divine realm, which has never been seen before. Suspicious of such an ability, the Warmaster reveals that he himself was not able to stand against the Demon Lord, due to its overwhelming strength. Therefore, changing sides, the Demon Lord gifted him with power. Attempting to kill Rista, trading blows, the two end up severing an arm each, but in the end, Seiya is barely able to defeat the Warmaster. Knowing that their final target is the Demon Lord himself, the gang begin to train. With several days passing, Seiya is nowhere to be seen. As a result, Rista seeks Ishtar's help in finding Seiya. Greeting Arya, Ishtar reveals that the one-world Arya was not able to save long ago involved the same hero, Seiya. Back then Seiya was partying with Arya and a human Rista. The only difference was Seiya's personality was more easygoing and less prepared, allowing all battles to be improvised. Due to Seiya's unwillingness to prepare, Seiya was ultimately killed, before he could save the world, which led to his love Rista dying in front of him. Ever since then, the idea of being prepared has been ingrained into him, which explains why he is always so cautious, afraid of failing. Ending the scene, Ishtar reveals that Seiya is already fighting the Demon Lord alone, not wanting any of his party members to die. Instantly teleporting there, Rista notices a dying Seiya. Using her healing abilities, Rista rescues Seiya from the brink of death. Realizing he's unable to kill the Demon Lord, Seiya uses the skill that Valkyrie taught him, finally killing the Demon Lord, but in exchange he gives up his own life. Having saved the S-rank world, Rista is congratulated, but is saddened at her lover giving up his own life. The series ends with Rista being assigned another world to save, but the hero assisting her is Seiya. Thanks for watching. Check out one of our other videos.